Hey loves, what's up? It's Jazz. Today I wanted to talk to you all about being a single parent and not receiving any child support. So welcome home. Today we are going to be diving really deep into what it means to truly be self-sufficient is the best way to put it. Every time I think about being a single mom and I think about child support, for me, I get disgusted because I feel like this whole system, just any type of government assistance from the state, is rigged. It's not in the best interest of the child, the mom, or the father, and that's my personal opinion. Yes, we get certain government assistance to make a way of living or to add to what we have or to stay afloat or whatever it is. And I would never say never to receive any of those assistance, but I want to stay focused on child support. But I said all that to say that most of those things that we do receive is out of fear, honestly. And I just wanted to break free of that. I wanted to break free of feeling like I'm stuck as a single mom, like I won't be able to make enough to provide for me and my kids, or depending on someone else's income. Like, I wanted to just break away from all the statistics that most people think that a single mom would be or that their child would be. We just give so much attention to negativity, and this situation dealing with child support is very negative. It's not anything that's exciting. It's not a woohoo moment. It is negative. We are taking off our jobs. We are being away from our kids. We are making accommodations, and it's bull crap. And I didn't even realize that there were times where I was just so negative, and child support was the bulk of that negativity because I'm dealing with hurt. I'm dealing with guilt. I'm dealing with worry. I'm dealing with bitterness. And once I decided to let go and let God and understand that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, not my baby father who's not paying child support. Once I realized that I can do all things through Christ, oh, I was good to go. I had to really realize that, my peace is an everyday investment. And that's how I keep my world spinning, okay? And in order for me to be okay, I have to be peaceful. That's going to be in the best interest of my child. So I decided not to go the route of child support. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the story about one of my baby fathers who I went through a whole child support situation with, so it'll make better sense. But I want to start off by saying that when we as women decide to put a man on child support, it's out of guilt, worry, or bitterness. Let's just keep it a buck. And I know that for me, it was definitely bitterness. I'm like, oh, so you ain't finna see about your child? The hell you is? And filling out them papers to put him on child support real quick. Because I'm like, I didn't have this child by myself. This child, one of the mistakes or oops. You about to do your part, player. That's how I felt. So I'm right here with you, homegirl. So before y'all ruffle your feathers, please understand that this video is not intended to hurt or harm. There may be a few things that is a trigger warning, so it probably will be on viewing for 18 plus because it's a very intimate conversation, but this is needed to be said. So in order for us to be self-sufficient as women, we got to know and we got to keep faith and we got to understand that guilt, worry, and bitterness, it has no place in your life. And as a matter of fact, what I like to do is give no place to the enemy. And I'm not just talking about darkness, you all. I'm talking about give no place to the enemy about guilt. Give no place to the enemy about worry. Give no place to the enemy about bitterness. That's what it is. And when you let go and you let God, and even go as far as praying for your baby father, watch how that thing do a 360. I'm telling you, watch how that thing do a 360. It's just like when the pastor passed out the collection plate at church, and a lot of people think, he got him a Cadillac, he using our money again. And I don't mean to use that as a scenario, but I'm just keeping it real. Like, it's not our place to know where their money going. It's for us to bless their money and know that God is going to put their money in the right hands, and that God is going to put their money towards the church, and that God is going to make sure that their money is taken care of, whether there's a crooked pastor in the pit or not, okay? So anyway, back on child support. So I went through a child support situation with my oldest son, Dad, And with Julian's dad, I never had a situation of child support problems with my middle child or my baby girl's father. Never. With Julian's dad, it was like pulling teeth. So first things first, he tried to get out of paying child support by not signing Julian's birth certificate. And I really don't want to go through all of that. It's like kind of opened up a can of worms for me, but I'll touch bases on it and say it like this. He tried to make it seem like Julian did not belong to him when he knew Julian was his child. And I don't know if he just got cold feet or he just, I don't know what his problem was, but I know one of the issues was that I did not name Julian after him. And I didn't do that because I wasn't married. I feel like you want juniors and stuff like that. We need to be married. We're not married. And then I didn't really like his name, honestly. But I know there was one small issue that he made just a big ass deal. And I was just like, dude, whatever. So long story short, he decided not to sign Julian's birth certificate. And that hurt me really bad. I felt like, why would you like totally basically disown your child? And I can't get into a full story of me and him, but if y'all want videos about the different events or the different stories behind my first, second, and third baby father, I would definitely give it to you guys. But anyway, we pretty much had to go to child support court when I decided to apply for state health care insurance for Julian, food stamps that I needed in the house. What else did I apply for? I applied for Family First, which is a state assistance for child care, and they also give you cash assistance once you apply for that. And during this time, and Julian was only an infant, which was 11 years ago, they really didn't calculate the mother's income during this time. It was solely what the father was making, etc. And so this was my first time going through all of this. And of course, I had my mom in my ear. Yeah, you doing the right thing. Put him on child support. Love you, Mom. But she was like telling me that, you know, and I was just like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do because he got me messed up and blah, 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 blah. And went to child support court. They granted me the child support. It was about $460. And he didn't pay any of that. Out of 11 years, he may have paid child support 3 times. And that is absolutely disgusting. We're standing in child support, a group of people behind us, so it wasn't just our case in there privately, so that's embarrassing. And the fact that he never truly paid the child support on time or successfully was just like, well, why am I receiving this assistance? And he had a way of rigging the system, whether he sold dope on the side or whatever he did to earn cash, where the system didn't catch up with him, if you know what I mean. And I just was like, you know what? I can't do this. Like, I gotta let go and really let God. Like, I'm literally sitting here depending on a child support check because I'm not working and just had a baby and I'm feeling like what I'm gonna do. So I'm literally dependent on him to pay this money because I didn't have an income. And just worrying about my finances. And I had to pray and tell God, like, I trust you. And in doing that, I was able to empty out the bitterness and the hurt and the worrying. I was able to empty out the worrying, and that made space for God to bless my finances. I am a walking testimony, you guys. There are certain things that I just scrape the surfaces with because I try to protect people. So that's as far as I can go with this conversation. And because my children do like to watch this channel, so I try to keep it PG-13 as possible. But it really hurt to have somebody disown my child at birth and not sign his birth certificate and a list of other things that this man has done to me. And when all that stuff took place, I just said, you know what? It's time to move on to bigger and better. Like, my Father is on the throne, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So this stuff is officially out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to be so angry and so bitter to put this man on child support. I didn't put him on child support doing that in the best interest of Julian. I put him on child support out of bitterness, out of you gonna do what you gonna need to do, you know, and I just had to get past that whole mentality. And we went back to child support court, and I happened to have gotten a job at the time, and they reduced the child support because I was working. They reduced about a whole $100, and he still wasn't paying child support even when they reduced it down to 300 and some. And I said, you know what, I'm good. Like, I don't want no parts in this. So I get up and I work. I'm well bodily able, and I thank God for that. And I am glad that I am not dragging myself through court appearances. I'm having to get with my job one-on-one and show them proof that, or some type of information that I have child support court. And the main thing is that I'm not having to share custody. I'm not having to share holidays and summers and all of that. And I love it, you know. In the long run, will it affect Julian? Of course, because he's fatherless. But my situation, like I told you all before, my middle child father, who I was engaged to, he sees about all three of my kids. Like, that's who I say is my kid's dad, because if I was to call him right now and be like, hey, I need to go grab some groceries, he's coming and he's keeping all the kids. And I really admire that about him. We haven't always seen eye to eye either, but when it comes down to business and these kids, he's the go-to guy, you know. And that's not to discredit Zara dad. Zara dad has jumped on the wagon, but initially starting out, I thought he was going to be trying to be another Mac, is Julian's dad's name. I thought he was going to try to be another Mac, and I'm like, look, I'm not going to do that. That's why I had to sit him down and talk to him. Look, you're going to either open a savings account, you're going to put money in there for your child, or when the state does knock on your door, you can't come to me about it because I told you what it is. And so I had to just lay it out like that, because that's just only right, you know. So I don't believe in no parent, male or female, getting away with not financially taking care of their child. So, you know, open up a savings account, or they can send you Cashaps or whatever the case may be, and just keep documentation of that. But if they're choosing not to do nothing at all, then yes, you go the route of getting child support, because that's only right. For me, I don't want the state in my business. I don't want to be showing up at court and spending time away from my kids and family and job and everything else. Like, I get up and I make ends meet, and I'm just really blessed to be in that situation. And yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. So if you're thinking about putting a guy on child support, just really think about, you know, praying for that man first. Let God deal with his son. You know, that ain't our son, that ain't our man, that's our child's father. So let go and let God, for real, and you will see that thing do a 360, like a complete 360. And I'm really just happy that I can come in and talk to you all about, you know, ways that you can get past this whole stigma of, oh, you're a single mom, so you're gonna be on welfare, you're gonna be on Section 8, you're gonna be on child support. That's, man, look, that's to the person that really wants those things, and they develop that mindset that that's as far as they can go. For the women that's trying to level up, like Sierra, level up, okay. But for the women that's really wanting to level up, get in your bag, sis. Continue your education, even if it is online and you taking one class. Even if you are housekeeping, something online that's dealing with data entry, a library assistant, whatever. Money versus no money. Like, stop feeling like, oh, you can't do it by yourself, because you definitely can. Get away from the negative Nancy's and bitter Roberts who, because you ain't doing what they want you to do, and put the man on child support, and now he locked up, license suspended, they pulling his taxes, and now he can't get ahead in life to still not even help your child. You stupid and you this and that. Either way it go, he ain't gonna do what he's supposed to do. So put him on child support. He still ain't paying it. He's still not in the child life. Okay, choose not to put him on child support, and he's still not, you know, doing what he's supposed to do. So definitely just talk with the person, and if that person can do the Cash Apping and the PayPaling and opening up the savings, then that's great. But if you're in a domestic situation, get out of there. Get your child support if you need to. If you're in a situation where you just can't talk to the person, like it's real hard to compromise with a selfish person, I get it. Say what it is, and if the person don't do it, then that's on them if the state comes after them. But meanwhile, stay in your bag. Like, that's the best way that I could put it, is just stay in your bag. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Remember to give no place to the enemy. Remember to give no place to negativity. Let go of the guilt, the hurt, the worry, and the pain. Know that God is going to bless your finances. And anytime you feel like you're growing weary and how you're going to make ends meet, it is through Christ, not child support. I definitely would highly recommend that, just develop that mindset of, I got this and I can be self-sufficient. And yeah, I might did just give birth, and yes, I do need to supply this income. Just know that God is going to bless your finances. Let go of their worry, let go of their hurt, let go of their pain, the bitterness, the angriness, people in your ear telling you how to handle child support when you know in your gut feeling what you need to do or may not want to do or whatever. May not want to do their way. Let me clarify that, because people have a way of pushing what you need to do, what they would do on you. Don't do that. You do what you know is right and what's in your best interest of you and that kid, like I mentioned. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a picture on the screen of me and my scrubs. Like, it don't get no better than that. I got my own income. Whoever do or don't, that's out of my hands. You got to answer to God about that. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer in Christ, and I'm too busy pursuing my own goals and bettering my own life to be worried about what the next person is doing, and especially a grown man that knows he has a child in this world just like I do. I'm not here to make your life a living hell. You can't never say Jasmine did da da da, because I don't deal with you. I don't deal with the situation of child support. I don't have people, and especially the government, in my business. Like, I'm good on that. And yeah, so I love you all. I thank you all so much for watching as usual. Really think about, child support and how your life will change, because some may think it's just about to be this peachy thing. Not necessarily. Child support court is very messy. It's very similar to divorce court, and it's not something that you want to go through, and I'm serious about that. You're going to miss out on work. Your child is going to be dragged through child support court, and hearing and seeing all these things as well, because children can testify in court as early as 12 years old. And see, I don't have the patience for that. I know I don't have the patience for that. God's still working on me in that area, but I'd be damned if we split anything down the middle. You can go on your way, I'm good. So I'm happy that I can co-parent successfully with the fathers that are doing their part, as far as Julian dad and trying to scam his way out of child support and overtalk me, undermine me. Guess what? He's dealing with his own devils on different levels, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. Stay in your bag, stay blessed, and I hope that this helps someone. I would highly recommend that you open up a savings account for your child that you are putting money into, even if the father isn't, and definitely bring it to his attention that he should, because if he don't, then yes, there will be child support in place. So anyway, I'm a single mom, carefree, stress-free, and that's just where my life is, and I'm excited about it. Bye, guys.